Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the AGNCY ATX Creators Podcast. I'm your host, Sterling Coker. Today we are going to talk about improving your branding on social media. But before we dive into that, I'm just going to catch up on a little bit of local news, or just like kind of local things going on here in Austin. It's getting really hot out here. A lot of people talking about energy and energy conservation, things of that nature. So I don't know, it's made me think differently. It's made me rethink my strategies and how I live my day-to-day life, being more prepared, being more independent. And that's really how I'm trying to operate this business, is by doing this whole, agency team kind of thing, and doing the whole somewhat of a solo entrepreneur, solo operator kind of thing, solo operation kind of thing, right? Because a lot of the agency and the team we're all remote right now. Till we get to an office, we're still all working remote. Meeting up from time to time at co-working spaces, depending on the projects we do, and then obviously depending on locations that we shoot videos or film at for our video production. So it's made me rethink a lot of the ways I live my life from day to day. It's made me rethink how I'm going to structure this company and the work from day to day that this company will be doing, and optimizing a lot of these, optimizing a lot of processes, bulk scheduling out things. So that's kind of the focus I'm going towards as a CEO, founder, owner, operator. Is really going the direction of how do I be more self-sufficient, not only in my agency or my company, but also in my day-to-day life. So just some things to think about. Being a digital agency, we're all about being mobile, being able to easily adapt to different situations and things of that nature. So, I think that's kind of it, man. It's just been hot here in Austin. Not a whole lot. I haven't been getting out a whole lot. Just been focusing on the agency, focusing on the podcast, trying to get it out there. Trying to network on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, hit me up. So today we're gonna go ahead and dive right into talking about improving your branding on social media. And I have my slides pulled up here as always. So really, when it comes to your industry, your brand, your company, your business, whatever you do, it matters which channel you use as far as social media goes, right? Because there's certain social media channels that not only will your business do better, or your industry or your company do better in the certain specific social media channels. There's also just so many different ways you can utilize these channels, right? And there's ways you can use Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram differently compared to other people in your space, and it'll help you stand out and be more unique, and just show that you're modern, you keep up, you're up to date, and what's going on. So but it's important to really learn each of these different platforms, right? You have to learn how Twitter is different than Facebook, and how Facebook is different than Instagram, and how Instagram is different than Medium per se, So those are just a couple of things to think about. And which is why I say, you have to figure out what your strong suit is, right? Are you good at video production? Are you good at photography? Are you really good at writing, or are you really good at audio, like podcasting, spoken word? And then you'd have to figure out, okay, what am I good at in each, in these 4 different mediums, and where can I really build pillar content, right? Where can I build a base, like a content library, let's say? Which platform can I build a base on, right? So I always recommend, and this is what we do at my agency, but I always recommend for clients to start building on YouTube, right? Use YouTube as your pillar content, because it's YouTube is a great website to host videos because of Google's infrastructure, right? Google's physical infrastructure. So that's why YouTube is, because Google bought YouTube, and so now Google has integrated YouTube into their software and their infrastructure, not only digitally, online and on the web and on the internet and with software, but with hardware too, because Google has just great infrastructure. So that's why you'd want to use YouTube to host videos. Of course, you want to have backups. Of course, you want to, if you can host them on your own servers, so you have your own little mini data center, right, set up in your home. Then obviously you can do that. I'm sure there's probably better ways out there that I just don't know of now. But that's why you'd want to do that, and then you could take that video and cut it into 4 to 5 different clips. Post those clips on Facebook, Instagram, and then you can even go even further and divide those, each 4 of those individual clips and post those on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, right? So you're kind of seeing all these different uses that you could use just based off of you being good at one medium, right? So if you're good at video, YouTube is where you want to go. If you're good at writing, you want to do Medium or Tumblr or Blogger. If you're good at photos, Tumblr and Instagram, Flickr even. I'm sure you could really, Pinterest is great for guides and stuff like that. So, and it's important to keep in mind you want to keep the brand consistency, right? I've been talking about this in these past episodes. You want to keep the consistency in your branding as you're setting up these new profiles, registering these new Facebook pages and Twitter profiles and stuff, right? You want to make sure your branding is consistent across each platform. Same logos, same designs, same banners. Make sure they're all native, right? Make sure that the dimensions are all native to each platform, because that's what's going to make it look the best. And it just goes to show you know what you're doing, right? So just some quick tips on, and I was just basically talking about it, but quick tips on which platforms to use basically and what a lot of them are used for, right? So we'll go on the biggest one. Facebook is kind of similarly to Google, right? So Facebook has amazing, Facebook was basically built on really good physical, infrastructure, I would say, or architecture, I guess, or I think it was. I mean, from my knowledge, and so that's why Facebook is going to be a heavy hitter, a big player for a very long time. Facebook will be in our lives for a long time, I believe. So, with that being said, right now Facebook's organic reach is 2% for a Facebook page. So that means either you need to spend a lot of money on the platform to get reach, to get discovery, to get visibility, to get views, right, for your posts, or you just need to create a lot of organic content and start building a culture around your page, right? Start a Facebook group. That's something I'm going to do here. I'll end up doing that this week, is building a Facebook group, right, for AGNCY, for the ATX Creators Podcast. I'll make a Facebook group, and then I'll slowly use that Facebook group to funnel people to like the page, to interact and engage with the page more, and that's just a great organic way to increase brand awareness on social media. Also, there's like Facebook Watch. There's some interesting stuff going on there. I recommend watching that, taking a peek, keeping up with what's going on there. Instagram. Obviously, Instagram is best for photographers. I think it's great for designers. If you're a graphic designer, you can do a lot of cool stuff with carousels, like you see us doing. You can do a lot of cool stuff with the grid. You can, we post a lot of. We actually use Instagram as part of our funnel, right? So we post tweets as photos, and then I share that photo as an Instagram story. So I'm getting a post and an Instagram story out of a tweet. You know what I mean? So that's one way that you could, that's a good strategy you could utilize. Definitely Twitter. I'm starting to use a lot of GIFs now with so like our Twitter is basically focused on posting marketing quotes, posting entrepreneur quotes, just motivational quotes and stuff like that. And so I've been, utilizing a lot of GIFs, right? Because Twitter allows you to utilize GIF media. So it's just a great way to grab attention and build a conversation around your quotes and your brand. Obviously LinkedIn is great for B2B. It's great for building awareness, I think, in your industry. It's a great sales and marketing tool. We're working on utilizing LinkedIn right now. I'm being very slow about it because, we're trying to be super strategic about the content that we post on LinkedIn, as well as how often we're posting. But the honest truth is we're going to be posting a ton of organic content because of LinkedIn's algorithm. It's right now, it's just, you can get a lot of really great organic reach based off of an easy post you make on LinkedIn and it's been growing. I mean, ever since the pandemic, LinkedIn has just skyrocketed. So the user base has increased heavily. The organic reach is still phenomenal. So that's something we're about to be hitting super hard probably in these next couple of weeks. And then obviously you can use a platform like Pinterest for guides, like I was talking about earlier, infographics. Those are two kind of categories that we're going to start hitting, is using it for that. And then obviously like TikTok, TikTok has phenomenal organic reach right now, which is why you would want to take advantage of it. It just really shows you, you get shown to other users, right? You get shown to other people without having to pay. You get the organic reach without having to spend the money or the ad dollars like on Facebook, and Instagram is starting to get closer to that. So that's just those are some strategies, some ideas, some things to look out for. What does your branding look like on social media? Does it look like Amazon? Does it look like Google? Does it look like these newer brands like Uber and Airbnb and Stripe and PayPal? And take a look at these brands and these companies and realize how they're doing their branding and realize why they're doing it. Ask yourself, why are they branding it like this? What does it look like across the board? What do their social media profiles look like, right? What does Google's YouTube channel look like? What does Apple's YouTube channel look like? What does Amazon's Facebook page look like? And take those ideas and take the frameworks, right? And copy them and use them and tweak them. And if you're constantly testing this stuff, is really the best way to go. And it's how you're going to get the best results and really just see a lot of progress and growth in social media. So that kind of does it for today. I think that's going to be the end of this episode. It's just been a nice sunny week in Austin. I have been hustling. I have been, really trying to stay focused, get the business, just the wheels turning off the ground, getting a lot of leads and interest in every single day. So I am still doing a lot of back-end work, always upgrading the website, always improving, always optimizing my strategies, right? And always automating stuff, and always just optimizing every single day, trying to make the process better, to make the process faster and more efficient, because that's what we're all about here at AGNCY. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please rate it, review it on iTunes, Spotify, or I guess not iTunes, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on anchor.fm. It's been really cool doing this podcast stuff lately. I've really enjoyed it. We'll have guests up soon. Probably, I would say next week or so, we will have some guests, and that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that. And guys, make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms at AGNCYTX. Also check us out on the web, agncytx.com. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care and have a great week. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.